something. Okay, finally. Just need a little AC. It's good. I don't need to overheat as well. My makeup will stay on for longer. Hope you guys are ready for this. It's been a while since we've done a 45-minute class. I'm super excited. So I'm going to go off set, and then I'm going to come on, and we're going to begin. I know we're a couple minutes late, so sorry. I hope you can stick around for most of it. If you can only stick around for, 30 minutes, totally fine. You'll still get a lot out of it. Make sure you have all of your bands today, and we're going to start back against the wall, starting back against the wall for this one. Week 1, 45 minutes total body with bands. And do I have my playlist? Yes, I do. All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to week 1, 45 minutes total body. Let's begin by sharpening our lens and doing a little syncopation. So I want you to close your eyes and push yourself back against the wall. This 8-week cycle is a total body cognition cardio. We're working a lot on our cognition, but we're working on our cardio, we're working on our conditioning, we're working on our strength. We're going to start with high repetitions, working on that stability and that endurance of the spine, of the pelvis, and then we will add in heavier resistance over the 8 weeks. But we are focusing a lot also on our cognition cardio with this one. So speaking of cognition, this number combination right here is going to force you to meditate in this moment immediately. Now this number combination, I want you to try to get on one exhalation, loosening the ab ribbon as you go through the exhalation. So press your ribs back against the wall, press your shoulders back against the wall, press your head back against the wall. You're going to close your eyes, take an inhale through the nostrils, and follow me. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's one exhalation, and you're loosening the ab ribbon at the end of that exhalation, just like you do in your engaged exhale. So let's practice it again. Close your eyes, anatomical position, hands are back as well. Inhale through the nostrils. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. Loose with the ab ribbon. Always tightening it on the inhale. Now come away and move into your ready stance. Arches are lifted, feet are planted. You're closing your eyes again. You're just pulsing the arms back. The weight is equal between 3 points of the foot tripod, and we're going to take that syncopation combo again, that number combo on one exhale, loosening the ab ribbon. Here we go. Inhale, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. Double inhale, 1. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, nasal breathing while you learn this combo. It goes deep, 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 deep. Notice we're going side to side, then up, down, up, down. Pronation, supination of the hands has been shown to increase activation of the cerebellum, of the prefrontal cortex, areas that we can access more deeply when we start our exercise with routines like these. We're activating both sides of the cerebellum by performing this movement. It's crazy and interesting. Let's nerd out, but let's also focus our minds and our attentions, heighten our attentions with this combo. Nasal breathing 2 times in a row, and then we're going to compile our number combo on top of that movement. Let's go. Inhale. Nasal breathing and deep, 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 deep. Take it again, and here we go. Deep, 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 deep. That time I did it in the opposite direction. Let's go up, down first for that combination. Take it one more time. Here we go. Deep, 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 deep. Also a great arm warm up. Now inhale. Number combination on top of that, all on one exhale, focusing on loosening that ab ribbon. Here we go. Inhale, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the mind is warm, the body's warm. Let's get into it. I have kind of a fun playlist for you guys today, a new playlist and a new headbanger. We're gonna learn our cognition cardio combo. We're gonna do a little bit of jumping jacking, but always no sound on the landing. That's why I like you to be barefoot, because I want you to feel. In fact, let's warm up the jumping jack here. No sound on the landing, that's it. If you just close your eyes, focus on rolling through the foot and absorbing the shock in your foot muscles, in your core muscles. Now take it double time. Out and out. Your nasal breathing always when I'm not cueing that engaged exhale. That's important. We're regulating that carbon dioxide. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, from here, let's learn our cognition cardio combo. We're gonna continue returning back to this every single time we do a cardio interval. So let's practice nasal breathing. It goes 1, 2, 3, up, down. 1, 2, 3. Let's practice that movement just a few times. Notice I'm staying low and then I'm going high when I do that kick. Low, high, low, warming up those glutes. You're squeezing the glutes every single time you kick that leg to the side. Up, down, 1, 2, 3, up, down. Now we're taking 2 of those and then we're taking 4 jumping jacks. Let's go right into it. 5, 6, nasal breathing. 1, 2, 3, up, down. 4 jumping jacks. Let's punch, and 2, and 3. Let's take it again this way. 1, 2, 3, glutes. 1, 2, 3, glutes. Side, 2, 3. Let's take it again. And a 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. Punch front. 4, 3, 2. One more time, nasal breathing. Side, 1, 2, 3, and side. Punch, and punch, and punch, and punch. Now, engaged exhale, same combo. I know it's pretty simple once you get to know it, but we're also going to add in some resistance. But right now we're going to add the resistance of the engaged exhale. Let's take it from our zip up activation. Here we go. Inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Pause. Inhale. Take it again. Inhale, hands behind the head, last set. On that engaged exhale. 12 more jumping jacks, nasal breathing. Just punch side. 10, 9, no sound on the landing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. We're gonna begin with our plank on the chair today. So grab a chair, but you may need like a larger chair, a longer chair, because we're also gonna do a bench push-up. I need 2 stools for this one. So I'm simply gonna hold here. I'm gonna close my eyes, squeezing my glutes. We're at week 1, so no breath retentions. We're gonna go right into that hard exhale. Inhale, 1, zip up. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, inhale, 2, and blow the air out. Inhale, 1, 2, blow. Screw those hands externally into the chairs. Loosen the ab ribbon, now tighten it. One more set. Squeeze the glutes, louches. Now from here, we're rotating and back. Step, rotate, and we take the engaged exhale with that. Always squeeze your back glute when you come in. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. And blow. Hiss, other side. Soft shish, drive through the heel. Loud shish, loosen the ribbon. You're pausing. Inhale, repeat. Blow. Double. Inhale, 1. Take it again. From here, we have our bench push-ups. If you need a modification here, you can always go to the wall with your wall push-ups. So the level 1 push-up is against the wall. And you can always message me at HYPOXiX.fitness to see some modifications with this one. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. And focus on that ab ribbon. Blow, nice and slow with this one. Loosen the ab ribbon. Double, inhale, 1, 2. Just one more set this week. One more breath cycle. Screw those hands externally, loud shish. Loosen the ribbon. It's all about loosening the ribbon. With the push-up, a common mistake is becoming disconnected with the abdominals in a push-up and overusing the lower back, which is never a recipe for success. So now we go back to cognition cardio. We're simply going to face away from our tether point. Remember, the combination is the same every time, but I'm never going to review it because I want you to tap into and also body build your short-term memory. So here, underhand grip, D, we're going to pull the band apart where it feels organic. And D. We're gonna go right into our engaged exhale. Here we go, and zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1. Inhale 2. Forward jacks, shh, no sound. Shh, inhale 1, 2. One more set, that same direction. Engaged inhales. Blow. Loud shish. 12 more nasal breathing, but loud shish muscles are on. 11, 10, loose ribbon. 9, 8, soft with the landing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this is a nice 45-minute class, so we have time to get some mobility. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to your deepest squat that you feel comfortable with. Butt is against the wall because I want you to ask yourself, is the weight distribution equal between both butt cheeks? That's a simple method of giving you feedback as to whether or not you're balanced in your pelvis. Now here, I'm gonna drive back. I'm driving my elbows back. I'm loud shishing for 4 seconds, draining my air, and then I'm going to 4 stacked inhales. It sounds like this. Shh, loosening the ribbon, then engaged inhales. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just keep repeating that pattern. Look all the way to your left. Here we go. Inhale through the nostrils, loud shish. 4, 4, shh, 3, shh, 2, shh. Stacked inhales into the ribs. 1, 2, 3. Look in the other direction. Shh, 2, shh, 3, shh, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. And 4. Excellent work. Now we're just going to go into plain old jumping jacks. We're doing a lot of jumping jacks today because we are bringing the heart rate up in between every one of our exercises. Grab your yellow band or a super light, just a super light TheraBand for this one. We're alternating arms. We're going punch, punch. And when I say go side, go side. So a little reactive work here. Here we go. Nasal breathing. Side, 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 side. Now feel your ribs equally pressing back into the band. That's something that's brilliant about putting the band behind the ribs here, keeping the ribbon a little loose around the waist, your low lung volume breathing. Side, 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 side. 4, 3, now we punch, front, 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 front. Pretty sharp with these. Now that hand should be extending right in front of the shoulder joints every single time you punch. Here we go, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now, balancing combo. Simple, just engaged exhales. You're going to stare at the fixed point that is your finger. I actually want you to see your fingernail. Put the other hand on your low back so that you know the low back is not moving. You're performing ankle rolls equally weighted between all 3 points of the foot tripod. That's big toe, pinky, and center of heel. 3 breath cycles. Zip up, inhale, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, inhale 2. Circle slow on each breath stage. Loosen the ribbon. Inhale, inhale. Loosen that ribbon. Double inhale. 1. Don't lose sight of your fingernail blow. This is a meditation. Nasal breathing, jumping jacks. No resistance. We side. I'm just going to call it out reactive, but keep your ribbon a little bit loose. We have 5 to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 front. 1, 2, 7 side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 front. 2, 3, 4, 14 side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now our pattern is 5, 4, 3. We keep alternating between 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. Just keep that in mind. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, pause. 5, 6, again, 5 side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 side. 2 and 3, pause. Hold, 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 again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 front. 2, 3, 4 inside. 2, 3. Amazing. Other side of our balance. Find your foot tripod, big toe, pinky, heel on that supporting foot. We're up, no movement in the low back. Fingernail. I want you to say the word fingernail. Here we go, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1. Inhale 2, and circle the ankle if you can. Inhale 1, 2, gentle squeeze of that supporting glute. Inhale 1, 2. Foot tripod. Loosen the ribbon around the waist. And major glute, I know, in that long balance. Okay, here we go. Yellow band is around the pelvis, cognition cardio. With our engaged exhale, my right profile is facing the tether point. And I'm actually gonna start away, like with resistance on my pelvis. So my first movement here is toward the tether point. So when I do my jumping jacks, I have a little bit of resistance on my side glutes. Not too much, and that's why the yellow band is a really great place to start. So let's start a little away from that tether. You ready for this? Tapping into that short-term memory, reactive skills, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1. Let's punch those arms out when the leg goes side. Pause, inhale, go deep in the chair pose. On that pause, blow. Loosen the ribbon, inhale. One more set here. Nasal breathing, 20, 3, 4. You're alternating front, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to stay on the same level the whole time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, we're gonna face the other way. We can keep the heart rate up for this one. Make sure you step away from the tether point just a little bit here. We got 3 engaged exhales. Party, party, and 6, and 5, 6, zip up. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2. 4 jacks, soft shish. Loosen the ribbon, now tighten it, inhale, chair pose. Inhale 1, back in the heels, blow. Squeeze those glutes forward, focus on your ab ribbon, soft shish. 20 jacks, alternating punches, nasal, good. 3, keep that ribbon a little bit loose. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 10, 9, getting that solid cardio base here. 7, 6 for this 8-week series. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Now, from here, we are going to go again into our cognition cardio series, but we're gonna alternate between performing an arm movement and simply having it on the pelvis here. So put it on the pelvis, but then know with the circular band, you're gonna grab the band and you're gonna punch your arms to the front when you kick side and also when you jumping jack. So we're gonna start with that one, engaged exhale. With this one, still start away from the tether point. So you're moving toward the tether point first. Here we go, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1. Inhale 2, blow, punch, hiss. 4 punches, soft shish, loud shish. On the inhale, free the arms just around the waist. Blow. Grab the band again, inhale, same thing, blow. 12 more, nasal breathing. 12, stay low. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I told you guys, 6. We're getting cardio today. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, start with the arms. Again, I know, get a little shoulder rotator cuff with this one. Underhand grip for this one. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, inhale 2, blow. Free the arms, inhale, inhale, blow. Grab the band, inhale. Again, blow, use those obliques to stabilize. Jacks, soft shish, loud shish, 12 nasal, 12, 11, 10, 9, no sound in the landing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that band around the pelvis. We're going into our functional strength sequence now. Hands are behind the head, interlacing the fingers. So if the hands with the fingers are slippery, they'd pull apart. That's engaging the lats. We have that HYPOXiX head stance where you're pushing back into your hands and also simultaneously pulling your head up off of your shoulders. That front foot is pulling backwards the whole time, floor, ground, resistance. So if the ground were slippery, the foot would pull right back like this. You're getting that back knee as close to the ground as you can without dropping into the hip. The sit bones are level to the ground, and we're simply going up and coming down. That's our movement, but your main resistance point is that ground resistance with that front foot. Here we go. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2, and blow. Focus on your front foot. Stare at your knee on the way forward. You're slightly pronated with that front foot. Loud shish. And inhale. So most of that weight is on the big toe and the inner heel, hiss, but that knee's over the third toe the whole time. Soft shish, loud shish, loosen the ribbon. Inhale, inhale. 2 more breath cycles here. Inhale, 1, 2. Last breath cycle here. Feeling a lot of hamstrings and glutes in that front leg. Soft shish, loud shish. Here we go, other side. Flip the grip. So if you were dominant grip, go non-dominant, gripping hard and pulling the fingers apart. Zip up. Here we go, pull that front foot backwards as hard as you can, ground resistance, a little pronated with that front foot, big toe heel, center of heel, and also knee over that third toe. 80% body weight, most of the weight on that front leg the whole time. Here we go, zip up, inhale, hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1. Lift that head up off of the shoulders. Use that traction in your neck. Get that back knee as close to the ground as possible. Loud shish, loosen the ribbon, tighten the ribbon. Inhale, inhale, blow. Inhale, inhale. Pull that front foot backwards as hard as you can. That's what makes this exercise very challenging. Soft shish, loud shish, loosen the ribbon. Now tighten it. Inhale, inhale. And a finish. Whew, cognition cardio. We're going to alternate between having the band in the hand and putting it on the pelvis, and we're facing away from the tether point. Short-term memory. Here we go. Zip up. Inhale. Hiss. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1. Starting it in the hands. Blow. Inhale. Go down in chair pose. Free the arms. Blow. Stay low, loud shish. Back in the hands. Inhale, inhale. Nasal breathing for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is an excellent shoulder rotator cuff combo. Now, we're actually going to put a red band on our pelvis. If you don't have a HYPOXiX band kit yet, don't even worry. You can use any medium band for this one. We're going to go into a chair pistol, a level 2 chair pistol, meaning we're not going to hold resistance in the upper body yet, but over the course of the 8 weeks, we are going to, of course, add resistance. We're going to add a little resistance around the pelvis for this one here, and a mini ball in between the knees. We're going to use that as not only as a means to increase the engagement of our inner thighs and connect more deeply to our low abs, but also as a spacer. So here, interlace the fingers again, pull them apart with force so you feel those lats activating. Only bring them as much overhead as you can. This is a shoulder mobility exercise without popping your ribs, and that hard exhale is gonna help you with that. You're going to here keep the foot and kickstand, the left foot and kickstand the whole time. I'm on my right foot. Please join me. Now here, I stare at my knee on the way down. It's shooting a laser over the third toe. And then coming up, my gaze is panorama. And then I stare at my knee again and make sure there's no movement in my low back. And I have a blueberry in the arch of my foot. I don't want to squash the blueberry, so I'm moving a little bit out, lifting that arch so that I don't squish the blueberry. I want you to focus on that the whole time. Let's get into it. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. And blow. Sit down. And hiss, stare at the knee. Lift that arch. Fall back in the heel. Pause, panorama view. Inhale, blow. And inhale, inhale. Loosen the ribbon around your waist. Double inhale, 1, 2. Now you might want to put one hand on the low back to make sure you're hinging at the hip joint. Hiss, soft shish. We don't want any movement in that low back, loud shish. Inhale, 1. And if you feel it, just don't go all the way down to the seat. Just go like to here. Hiss. Inhale, 1. We get 2 more sets here. I know a lot of reps. Building up that stability to do this on one leg over the course of 8 weeks. Soft shish. Loosen the ribbon. Loud shish. Pull those fingers apart. Feel the lats. Inhale. Inhale. Excellent work. Now we're inside the red band for a cognition cardio. We're going laterally again. And this time, no band in the hands, just hands behind the head. Move away from your tether point. You're gonna move toward the tether point first with that heavier band around the pelvis. Here we go, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 1, inhale, 2, and blow. On the inhale, just reach the arms to the front, chair pose, and then the same arms, blow. Squeeze the glutes, soft shish, loud shish. Inhale, chair pose, 2, 1 more, blow. Now reach overhead. 12 nasal breathing, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Take in as much of your panorama as possible. 6, that's calming your system as you get the heart rate up. Pretty powerful. 2 and 1. Other side of that chair pistol, just ensuring that we keep that heart rate up and we get those cardio adaptations as well. Ball is between the knees. Other side, foot tripod to begin, but then falling back in the heel and blueberry. So lift that arch to get that, to make sure that you don't squash the blueberry. Finding that glute, non-dominant grip. Pull the fingers apart. Zip up, activation. Inhale, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2, and blow. Inhale, 1, 2. Loosen the ribbon. Inhale. Now tighten the ribbon. Blow. Inhale, 1. Panorama view. Now blow. Stare at the knee. For most of this combo, hiss. That's your knee mechanic. Soft shish. Loosen the ribbon on the loud shish. Inhale. Inhale. Let that band pull you back into your heel. Loud shish. Inhale, 1. We get 2 more breath cycles. Lots of reps here. Hinging from the hip, back in the heel. Loud shish. Inhale, 1, 2. Loosening the ribbon. Excellent work. Other side cognition cardio. Remember, put the chair aside and to move away from your tether point first. We're using the arms, just in down in chair pose. When we go to that engaged inhale, let's hit it. Zip up with the music, activation, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 1. Inhale, 2, and blow. Forward jack, stay low. Soft shish, loud shish. Deep chair pose on the inhale. Inhale. Deep chair pose. Inhale. 1 more set. Blow. Loud shish. Now punch overhead for 12. Stay low. 11, 10, 9. Nasal breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. Now, from here, come out of the band. We're gonna go to a body weight sumo, and this is week 1, you guys. So a lot of these exercises are body weight, light resistance, higher repetition on purpose, just to reinforce those mechanics, a little bit less intense with the breath, but intense for those of you who are new. And know that over the course of 8 weeks, we're gonna increase the intensity of the breathography, meaning adding breath retentions, and additionally increasing the intensity of the movement. So it's a fun way to approach progressive exercise, the breath and the movement. So here, sumo overhead, pressing sumo. We're a 3-foot stride length. Turn the feet to the front, 15 degrees, externally rotated. Fingertips are on your shoulders. You're pulling your shoulders apart. So if your skin were slippery, your fingers would pull it right apart. This is a way to mobilize those triceps. Work on the posture. We go down, 2, 3, tap the butt on the seat. You're staying upright. You're not hinging for this sumo. Down, and your arches are lifted, blueberry, and they're pulling together hard the whole time. So if the floor was slippery, those feet would pull right together, inner thighs. Zip up activation, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2, and blow. Focus on that inner thigh connection. Loosen the ribbon. Inhale, inhale. Take in your panorama. See your elbows. Focus on them. Loud shish. That does something to your nervous system. Inhale, inhale. Because I want you to work intensely. Shh. Loud shish. But I want you to find calm in the intensity. Inhale. And that can be trained. Okay, grab that mini yellow band, because with the mini yellow band, we are gonna pull that band apart to get our lats. But I want light resistance because we're using high repetition. We're gonna go back to having the red band around our waist, just like we did for those chair pistols, because we're going to the natural squat now. Natural squat is only a 2-foot stride length. 1, 2, and I think we get some Broadway here with this music. This is an awesome playlist, I love this. So it goes tap, tap, pull apart. So you have 2 foot taps on the way down. Now we are hinging from the hip. Make sure there's no movement in the low back here. With this one, I would say that's one of the keys. The gaze, then staring at the knees on the hip hinge. And when you come upright, trying to find that panorama. Let's take it. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1, inhale 2, and blow. Inhale 1, 2, 4 breath cycles here. Loosen the ribbon. Inhale, inhale. Tap, band, squeeze the glutes into the band without pushing the pelvis too far forward. Loud shish. Inhale 1, keeping the weight mostly in the heels for this one. Loosen the ribbon around the waist. Amazing! Now, we are going to face the tether point for a cognition cardio combo. Horizontal row, overhand grip with a light band here. That's important because we're doing high reps. 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 up, and then our jumping jacks, we pull back, pinching the shoulder blades together. Zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2. Stay low, soft shish, no sound in the landing, loud shish. And inhale, inhale. One more set. Inhale, low in chair pose. On the inhale. Shoulder blades together. We have 10 more nasal. Loud shish muscles on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice work. Whew. Now grab that yellow band, and we're gonna do a biceps combo where we're holding the biceps isometric, but it's key here with this circular yellow band that you're putting the band underneath your toes, not even under the balls of the feet. It's also a toe strengthening exercise because I don't want the band to come flying up at you when you lift your heels. So test that. Sometimes people put the band a little too far back, and it makes it so that when you lift your heels in the calf raise, the band goes flying. The arms are held here the whole time, so give yourself the appropriate resistance. We're spreading the toes on 1, flaring the toes. Calf raise on 2, up on 3, down on 4, nice and slow. Zip up activation, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. Stare at the knees. Spread, blow, raise, hiss, and down. Soft shish. Loosen the ribbon, loud shish. Pause, chair pose. Inhale, spread, blow. Keep those shoulder blades together. This is prepping us for our bicep curls, loud shish. Inhale, inhale. Inhale, another time slow. Squeeze the glutes on the way up. Hiss, soft shish. Loud shish. We're gonna try 2 times fast, double time. Inhale, blow, up and down, and hiss. You're just holding those shoulder blades together. Soft shish, loud shish. Inhale, 1. One more set, blow. And it down, right? It's interesting how cumulative that one is. It's excellent. Now, I want you to, at this point, bring your tether point up high because we're gonna do some lat pull downs from the high point. It's like the top of your door if you're using a door anchor, standard height of a standard door. Or if you're using a pole like me, you can raise up here, go on your tiptoes, and that's about 80 inches, but it's also relative to your body length, your own height, which is actually a perfect way biomechanically to work in terms of getting the right line of pull for your lats. So here, we're gonna start with a red band. So this is nice and moderate resistance. The left, we're in half kneel. The left leg's to the front, you're hinged forward the whole time, and your knee is pointing a laser beam over your third toe. That front foot is using ground resistance, it's pulling backwards. So if the floor is slippery, it will pull back like this, just like our standing split. Our left hand is behind the head stance, where the head is pressing back, and also you're using your hand to pull up there. You're hinged forward, and you're imagining you're putting 80% of your body weight on that front foot. Okay, no breath holds here. Here we go, 4 breath cycles, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2, and blow. Pull that front foot back on the second engaged inhale, soft shish. Inhale 1, squeeze the back glute. This is also hip mobility, blow. Inhale, engaged. Keep staring at that knee, it's a fixed point. Hiss. Inhale 1, 2. Let's go right away to the other side. Now, that front foot, I mentioned about halfway through, use that second engaged inhale to pull that foot backwards, to just take a moment, take a beat, to actively use that ground resistance to activate the back of the leg, the hamstrings, the glutes, and all that jazz. Right hand's behind the head, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, drag back on 2, and blow. Now you wanna focus on that ground resistance the whole time. Eventually we're gonna take this to a standing position. Soft shish, loosen the ribbon on the loud shish. Inhale, inhale. Inhale, stare at the knee. Inhale 1, 2, blow. And a finish. Excellent work. Now, I want you to grab your yellow band, and we're gonna do a variety of endurance arm movements as we go through our cognition cardio. At first, we're gonna go to simple jumping jacks where we do 20, and you're pulling apart at the chest. Remember, no sound on the landing. You're lifting the arches of the feet on the landing. There's that blueberry. Here we go, 20. 1 and 2. I want you to find the panorama. See your hands. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the ribbon a little bit loose. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Now, overhand grip. We're pulling the band apart to tap our forehead, and we're going through our engaged exhale, and we're doing our cognition cardio combo. Short-term memory, reactive skills, bodybuilding the brain just as much as we're building the body. Here we go, zip up, and zip up activation, inhale, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2, and low in the chair pose, inhale, inhale, Find that panorama here as well. This is calm cardio. Soft shish, loud shish. One more set. Inhale, inhale. Wow, that feels good. Triceps. We're nasal breathing. We're here. Here we go. Nasal. 1, 2, 3, and up nice and controlled. 45 degrees with that arm. And 1, 2, and 3. One more time that side. I love that feeling of burning up the triceps at the end of a session. I think you're with me on that. Here we go. 10 more. Nasal. Still. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I love that feeling of calm music while you're getting your heart rate up. Nasal breathing again, but a little bit loose with the ribbon, so we're low lung volume with those abs. Here we go. 2 sets into 10 jacks, and 1, 2, 3, and up. And a 1, 2, 3, and up. And 4 jumping jacks, 2, no sound on the landing. Let's take it again. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up, and up. Find your panorama view is here as well. You're calming your system. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab your Pilates mini ball. We're taking it to the ground. This has been such a great week 1 session, working on that endurance, working on the cardio, developing a solid cardio base. Gonna grab that ball. Let's take it. Put the ball underneath the ribs so that you feel the ribs equally pressing back. The heels are digging into the ground. They're also pulling back towards you. So if the floor were slippery, they would pull back, feeling those hamstrings, using a lot of ground resistance here. But I'm also using my hands to push forward into the floor to find my obliques. My eyes are closed. My head is pressing back into an imaginary hand behind my head. And we loosen the ab ribbon over that 8-second exhale. Here we go. Zip up. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1. Inhale 2. Drag those heels backwards. Inhale 1, 2. Inhale 1, 2. Heels are dragging back. Loud shish. Push those hands forward, loosening the ribbon. Ball goes between the knees. We're going to a bridge here. We're driving the elbows down into the ground. The hips go up, they go down. When they go up, your ribs stay connected to the ground, and you put pressure on the big toes on the way up, pressure on the pinkies on the way down. So my hands are representing what my feet are doing. I'm going pronation, supination, or I'll call supination blueberry here. Okay, now we're gonna breathe together. Silence. And the music, meaning no music, so that you can hear my breath and you can hear your breath. One of the reasons that I created the engaged exhale when I was working especially with remote clients is that it's a way of holding each other accountable for duration of exhale, tempo of exhale, resistance of exhale. If you can mimic me and you can stay on that 8-second exhalation without taking a pause, without taking an inhale, then I'm pretty sure that you're highly activating your core and you are raising your body's carbon dioxide levels. And that is incredibly exciting to me because I know the numerous benefits that your body's achieving. Let's take it. Zip up. Inhale. Hiss. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 1. Let's go up first. And bluff. Big toe, pinky, hiss. Squeeze the glutes on the way up and don't let the ribs leave the ground. Soft shish. Loud shish. Loosen the ribbon. And inhale. Inhale. This is a great way to get the feet strong as well. Inhale 1, 2 more sets. Inhale, inhale, 1 more set, blow. And a finish. Now we're gonna move to released breath. One of the powers of the ab ribbon is not only to do an engaged exhale where you're loosening the ab ribbon, but also thinking about the tensing of the ab ribbon when the abs are relaxed, or even when we do an engaged inhale, when we're pushing into the ribbon. Very, very powerful. So I want you to close your eyes in this one. I call this released exercise the 45-45. The 90-90 is very trendy, very popular, and it's an amazing exercise. But there is also value in using the 45-degree angle. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm gonna sit on the ball. If it's comfortable for you, I highly recommend sitting on the ball for this one, because you can feel your pelvic floor and you can feel your sit bones. And so you can ask yourself, am I releasing my pelvic floor and am I releasing my abs, right? Like, I'm releasing my abs, I'm gonna feel, you know, my skin hanging over, tensing of the ab ribbon the whole time. Now here, notice how my front knee is not right in front of my hip, but it's across my body just a bit. So there's my 45-degree angle. Now my 45-degree angle with my back leg, I'm here instead of having my knee directly to the side. So I'm basically creating a 45-degree angle relative to my greater trochanter or my hip joint in both legs. Now here, if you can put your hands on the ground and my right leg is forward and focus on pulling your right hip back, that's a really great method of finding mobility and enhancing the mobility of the front hip, because automatically your front ankle is pressing down into the ground just to support yourself in this position. Now, I want you to pull that right hip back, and then I want you to close your eyes, and we're gonna take 3 stacked inhales. The abs are relaxed. The pelvic floor is relaxed. So I want you to feel the pelvic floor underneath the ball in this one. You should be able to relax the pelvic floor just as much as you're able to contract the pelvic floor, like in the engaged exhale. And this is always a workout that you can save. And even if you want to just scroll and fast forward to just as pelvic floor release, it's a very helpful pelvic floor release exercise that helps to balance out all of the engaged exhales that you do. Okay, so here, closing the eyes, feel the sit bones, feel the pelvic floor. We're gonna take 3 stacked inhales, and then we're gonna take a 6-second slow nasal exhale. This is not a forced exhale. This is the exact opposite as the engaged exhale. So close your eyes, and the ab ribbon's a little tight the whole time. And a 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 5. Relax the pelvic floor into the ball. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a 5. Of course, the progression is to come down to the elbow if you have that mobility. And when you inhale, inhale into your back. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Filling the ribbon. Now keep that ribbon a little tight on that nasal exhale. 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. Let's take that same 45-45 on the other side. And if sitting on the ball is not comfortable for you, you absolutely can sit on the floor. One of the other reasons I like starting this one, this is a level 1 of the 45-45, it goes all the way up to 5 levels, is that it allows you to start in a place where you're not sitting on the ground with a 90-90, and a lot of people don't quite have that mobility to start on the floor. So this is a way of just regressing it a little bit and modifying it so that you can start in a position that's not quite so aggressive and then gradually get to the ground when you have that hip mobility. So 45 with the back leg, 45 with the front leg. I'm going to start on my hands, gently pushing forward and pulling my left hip back. You feel the difference between left hip being a bit forward and then focusing on pushing that left hip back, releasing, feel the ball underneath the pelvic floor. In fact, mine's a little too under the hip because I actually want to feel the pelvic floor. Of course, with this one, it's going to be biased to the left hip because you're balancing on that left, but I want you to at least feel the left half of that pelvic floor as you close your eyes, because we need to get that pelvic floor mobility, just like we need to get hip and low back and mobility in all of the joints and all of the muscles. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 5 and a 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 2 and a 3 and 4. Let the head hang down. If you can, come down to that right forearm, getting that fascia in the back. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 6, 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. And you're finished. amazing, amazing work, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone who joined the live today. This is a class that we're cutting for the future website. I know you guys are like, really? We're changing things again. It's been quite a journey. We're doing a lot here, but we are putting a lot of content together over the next 4 or 5 months. I'm in the studio basically every single morning at 5 a.m. or 5:15 a.m. and I'm cutting several 8-week series that have very specific focuses. So I've already done bone density, I've done Broadway, I've done 20 minutes bands, I've done, athlete, advanced athlete. So we have like 5 or 6 series that we've cut actually in the past couple of months. So it's a lot. This one here is a 45-minute series because I know some of you like the longer workouts with bands only because we're working on the HYPOXiX kit. And also I'm very intrigued and excited about the science of bands and getting very specific with bands to be able to use bands for progressive overload. I think it's really powerful because they're just so easily accessible. And they can be used to enhance strength and bone density on the body. It's just that I think they can have a bad reputation because it can be hard to push yourself to the degree that you need to be pushed and progressively overload the body just because of the thought that needs to be put into, like your length away from the anchor point and like changing up colors of bands and all of that stuff. And this is why I'm developing this band kit so that you can combine bands in certain ways to create increased resistance on the body over the course of 8 weeks so that you can get stronger and faster and more cardiovascularly fit and all the things. But it's interesting because there's a lot of research that supports the band work for for bone density and for strength and even for muscle gain. So that's exciting, and so that's one of the reasons we're using bands a lot right now. And moving on, we're actually the next series after this one, we're going into a booty blast where it's booty, brain, and breath, I think is the name of it. And I'm starting that in about a week, and I'll be in the studio 5 a.m. EST every morning, except for Sunday. And then Saturdays will continue at 9:30. There's actually going to be a couple of early morning ones coming up. One, because actually someone's coming to visit me. HYPOXiX is coming to, I won't tell you yet, just in case, something happens and it doesn't happen. But as of right now, it's confirmed. We're doing an 8 a.m. live, and I'm going to have a little partner in the studio. She's coming from out of town. So I'm super duper excited. That's happening in a few weeks. So for the early birds, we'll have a couple 8 a.m.s on Saturdays, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for all of your support. As some of you know, the ab ribbon is like, honestly, for those of you who have been with me for over 2 years now, since the first boot camp, you know how long I've been working on this invention. Actually, it's been about 10 years, but it's been such a journey, and oh my gosh, it actually is going to be, it's actually at a warehouse right now, and it's like, they just messaged us and they're like, in 5 days, it's going to be at the warehouse, which means that we're building our Amazon store, and it actually is going to be available on Amazon in like probably a few weeks. In fact, we're trying for Black Friday just to have that little boost, hopefully fingers crossed, boost in sales, because that will help us as first-time entrepreneurs with the algorithm and just, any support that you can give us. Please, please, please. We're so incredibly grateful, but especially at the beginning, whenever you drop something new, it's always really helpful to have a boost of just support from the outside of Amazon. People who aren't just, clicking on an ad on Amazon, but, from like other social media platforms and also within our HYPOXiX community. It's going to be somewhere around $30, so like very, financially feasible for, for those of us who aren't PTs or trainers, making an investment in exercise equipment. I know can be a lot, so I was excited about designing this in a way that it could be, financial, just the cost wouldn't be a barrier to entry. So really excited about that, and that's all happening soon. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week for week 2, 45 minutes, breathography, cardio, and strength. Bye-bye.